I want to talk to you about kinky tips for beginners.
We're bringing sexy back. We're bringing sexy back.
Let's get it started. Harder, won't you give it up?
Hello, beautiful lady. Yes, I am talking to you. It is Thursday, and you know what goes down here on Thursday. Wife Like with Dr. Gail goes down here on Thursday. So do me a huge favor and make sure that you are hitting the subscribe button and the little bell right next to it so you'll know when I go live. And so tonight I want to talk to you about kinky tips for beginners. Yes, kinky tips for beginners. Now, I get so many questions about how, Dr. Gail, how can I spice up my sex life? How can I take my sex life to a whole nother level? But I don't want to, add porn into my bedroom. I don't want to feel like I'm doing something against what God would have me do in my marital bed. I get all of these questions. And so I want to get you to open up your thinking and thinking that you can try something new. Because remember, that's your marital bed. And remember, the word of God says that the marital bed is undefiled. Now, I'm not going to tell you to do anything that is going to go against what God has said that can happen between a husband and a wife. But let me just tell you, you got to have conversations. You got to have conversations about your sex life, what is acceptable for you both, and what you guys want to explore. Both of you guys want to explore. And so I'm just going to give you some basic tips and tools that you can add into your bedroom today, right? To spice things up and to broaden your horizon and to get you to think about new things that you need to be doing. Because if you've been with your spouse any length of time, you don't want your sex life to become boring, something that's repetitive, something that's a chore because it's not exciting anymore, or any of those things. You want to keep your sex life on a 10 if possible. Okay. So the first thing that you want to do, and to add something kinky to your sex life, is add some silk or some satin sheets into your marital bed. Yes, add some texture into your marital bed, right? And that could be silk, it could be satin, it could be fur, whatever that is for you, that's going to add some sexiness into your bedroom. Add that, right? And you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money doing that. They have some great satin sheets that are not expensive, and you can find them on Amazon and those kind of things. You can add some fur, you can do a throw, however you want to do that, but add some texture into your marital bed, because that just gives you a whole different sensation when you're making love and when you're engaging in foreplay. So add some texture. That's the first suggestion that I would say, right? Number two is practice your dirty talk, right? A lot of times we get in a routine of just saying, I love you and those kind of things, but add some dirty talk into your marital bed, right? Because again, we're taking it to a whole nother level. So if you are shy and an introvert and not very expressive with your words, when you add something dirty and say something dirty to your spouse, that's going to put them on notice that you are serious about taking your sex life to a whole nother level. So practice your dirty talk, right? Practice what you want to say to them and what you want them to do back to you, right? And again, you don't have to be shy. Remember, this is your spouse. You guys are one. So make sure that you add some dirty talk into that. And again, it'll just take you to a whole nother level, and it will literally expand your mind. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you will become doing it. Okay. Number three, incorporate some spanking and some tapping. Yes, incorporate some spanking and some tapping. And you can say, if I'm naughty, I want you to spank me here, or touch me here, or tap me here, right? Because that just adds a whole nother sensation. I'm not saying trying to hurt one another. It just adds a little something. You know how when you walk by your husband and he taps you on your butt or whatever, and you're like, ooh, stop, that kind of moment. Add that into your marital bed, right? Because again, those different sensations take you to a whole nother level. Now you can add hot and cold sensations, like, hot stones into, maybe a sensual massage, or you can do the ice thing where you add ice so it gives you a hot and cold sensation, and then you add a little spanking, a little tap, or a little touch or whatever into that. But you want to add some type of body stimulation sensation, okay? Whether it's hot, cold, spanking, tapping, whatever that is, because again, you want to make sure that you are showing your spouse that you are wanting to take your sex life to a whole nother level, and you guys want to experience something that you have never experienced before, okay? Number 3, give your spouse a title, right? Whatever that is. Give them a title. Big daddy, little mama, sexy kitten, whatever those things are. I'm not going to tell you my personal title for Gil, and he won't tell you mine. But when we're in the bedroom, it's not Gil and Gil. We're totally different people. And we did that because, again, we want to take our sex life to a whole another level. So give your spouse a title, and that might be something that you guys can play with outside of the bedroom, just to get that anticipation and all of those kind of things. So when you say whatever that word is, that takes it to a whole nother level. Or you can say, meet me in the bedroom, so and so, whatever that title is. Again, you have to learn to flirt in and out of the bedroom, because it just spices things up. And number 5, practice role play, right? It is nothing wrong with practicing role play. It expands your thinking, it gets your juices flowing, your spouse turns into someone else, you turn into someone else, and it just creates this fantasy and this fun, right? We get so stuck in just doing routine day after day after day after day. Practice some role playing, right? Get yourself a costume. And with October coming, there is a plethora of different outfits that you can buy at a low cost. You can get them at Walmart, Amazon, or whatever. And you don't have to go all out, but you can become a nurse, a sexy nurse, or a dirty devil, or an angel, or whatever those things are. Ask your spouse, or if he's really into football, put on his favorite jersey, and put the little black under your eye, and put on some sexy heels and some fishnet. Turn it into sexy football. Whatever that looks like for you, do some role playing, because again, you don't want your sex life to be boring or whatever. But the biggest things that I want you to get out of this teaching is, I want you to work on your confidence, right? Don't allow anything that doesn't go the way you planned it in your head to stop you from exploring, to expanding, and to becoming the fullness and enjoying sex and giving pleasure and receiving pleasure the way God created us to be able to give and to receive pleasure. My prayer is that this teaching has helped you expand your thinking, give you some ideas on how to add some kinkiness into your bedroom starting tonight. I love you to pieces. I am here every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you next week.
We're bringing sexy back. We're bringing sexy back.
Let's get it started. I don't want you give it